What is up, you guys? We have a real treat for you on this trip. All the way from Bali, we have Aquatic Apes. If you haven't seen this guy's YouTube, it is some epic diving in Indonesia, dogtooth tuna, and he's got a pretty awesome following. And we're gonna show him the local waters, and he's never dove Florida before.
Not even in the US?
Yeah, not even. He's from the US, but not in the US. Yeah, never dove in the US.
Super pumped.
Yeah, so he's pretty excited to get out here. He's been doing his research on fish species, so he knows what to and what not to shoot. And we also got the Van Hooks. They got a YouTube channel. Go ahead and check those guys out. And yeah, we're out here on their contender. We're diving in remote islands in Key West, and this is gonna be a multi-day mission. We don't know what we're gonna get into, but we're on the spot, and we will see you guys in the water for some voiceovers and some action. All right, you guys, welcome to the voiceovers, and go ahead and count down. I'm gonna let you hold your breath with me on this drop. It is literally our first drop. Well, it's my first drop of the whole trip, and we started in like a 50-foot range, and it kind of tapered down into deeper. I didn't know how deep, but I just knew it was gonna be a little bit deeper than 50. So I go ahead and make this drop, tuck my gun in real tight. I start to make out bottom. It's really sooty, but that's perfect hunting conditions. And when that happens, I always make sure I tilt my head up a little bit in case I drop on a fish, which happens right here. Drop on a stud mutton, and I take the shot, and this is exactly what you want to have every time. I think I spined him or I stoned him. Either way, he was completely demobilized. Whether you hit him in the spine or I think I got spined. Maybe I got a stone shot on him, but either way, it was a solid shot. And I believe it was like 88, 89 feet, something like that. But I was so stoked, literally first drop, pulling up this fish. I was ecstatic, and I talk about it once I get to the surface. That'll work. That's what we came out here for. Woo! Hell yeah. First drop. Rolled them. First drop. Not a bad way to start the trip, huh?
Hell yeah. That's fun.
Yeah. So we go into some shallower waters as we kind of drift in, and we see these nurse sharks going crazy under this ledge. And we came to find out they were mating, and I've never really experienced or seen this in underwater, so it was really interesting, kind of brutal, but we kind of watched this for a while, and then decided to head off and do some more spearing. But you really never know what you're going to see when you hop in the ocean. So now here Lenny goes. We're in the same area. It's like in the 50s, something like that. Actually, probably like closer to 40 feet, covered with mangroves. No studs, but some smaller ones. But this is like the first spot we went to. I wanted to make sure Lenny got used to seeing the fish and the terrain. He takes a shot on. There was actually a bigger one there. I was hoping he would shoot, but he shot a smaller one. But we do end up going and getting some bigger ones. But that's what happens. You just don't really know what's the biggest size. But this one's definitely legal, but on the smaller side. And we get on some better ones later. So just how I said that we were going to get on some bigger mangroves, it happens. I go ahead and make a drop roughly in the same area, and this is the mangrove spawn. Now they just come cruising through in crazy amount of schools just like this, and they're all pretty much similar sizes. They do that little trick where they just school together, and I can't really pick out one, but I just decide on one of them eventually. You see me lining up, and then I change my mind, hoping for a bigger one, but I ended up just saying, screw it, I'm going to shoot one. Pick out one, make sure I focus on it, take the shot right through the gill plate. And when you shoot these smaller fish, it's okay to kind of just pull them in, and that's what I do with this one. It's okay if they run a little bit, but I just go ahead and pull it in. I don't need to, let my line go out crazy. So as I just descend to the surface, nothing insane, I just get to the surface and get the fish in my hands, and I get ready to bleed it, gut it, and all that. So now if you want to hold your breath, go ahead and hold your breath with Lenny. That was straight raw footage from me literally going up with my fish, and now he makes a drop because he sees the huge school that's down there, and he makes an awesome dive. Very patient, very calm, and I'll go ahead and be quiet, let you listen and enjoy his dive.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. I got yours as well.
So now we're still in that shallower range, that zone where it's like about 30 to 40 feet, which seems a little shallow, but you'd be surprised at the decent quality fish you have in that depth. Now we kind of drifted off the spot, weren't seeing a whole lot, almost in like the desert sandish area, and I see this giant coral head, and sometimes there's usually a grouper or something tucked up under those coral heads, and even if there's not, I did a little bit of grunting, hoping there was something around the area, and sure enough, here comes a beautiful Spearo mackerel. And now when I shot that, my band kind of slipped off my gun a little bit, and that's what happens when you use a roller, I guess the setup that I have. I ended up tweaking it a little bit later, and it worked a lot better, but I ended up grabbing, or Lenny grabs my line and helps me fight this fish. I'm sorry, he doesn't grab my line, he grabs my band. See me, I try to fight with it a little bit, and he just grabs it right out of my hand.
That is a freaking stud Spearo. This is a stud Spearo. Right? You wanted sushi, right? That's a big one, right?
So now we're heading into super grouper territory, and here's a black poking his head out from the ledge. And now when I took the shot, for some reason my line got hung up on my like basically the end of my muzzle, and I don't know why, but my spear didn't fully shoot, so it stopped. So I just stuck the fish.
I hit him, but I got muzzle wrapped, but I hit him like right in the gill plate. He just shot under the sledge. Yeah, he shot under the sledge.
So now I kind of get situated, and this is actually going to Lenny's camera because we're trying to figure out which hole this fish is, and you'll end up seeing Justin and Derek are at the top of the screen. They're kind of looking under the cracks and ledges, and Lenny actually is doing the same. He's kind of cruising along the edge here, hoping that the black pops his head out, because I informed everybody where it was. And a huge school of yellow jacks come in, and you see Justin poking his head under the edge there. Derek has his pro cam and is kind of getting a video of Justin searching for this grouper, and when Lenny's looking under the ledge, also a huge school of yellow jacks come through, and Lenny makes a stellar shot. That is exactly what you want to have happen. And now that was a spine shot and not necessarily a stone shot, but you see him quivering, and this is from Derek's point of view. He kind of does a little bit of grunting at Justin, and he swings the camera over to the right, and you'll see Justin whip his gun up and take a shot at one of the last yellow jacks coming out of this school. So now after all the mayhem kind of calmed down a little bit, and it's okay if you shoot fish when you have a fish hold up, because they're not going anywhere. I go ahead and make a drop right here, and now I'm going in to kind of extract the fish. I poked my head in a hole, and I could kind of see where it is in this crack, and you'll see. I'll let this thing roll out. You'll see how far up in this cave this grouper is. And you can just see a little bit. I almost take about a 10-foot shot from where I reach my hand back there. It's wild what these fish do. But there's a big Goliath grouper right there, which are an endangered species, so you're not allowed to, or threatened species, so you're not allowed to spear those. You can see the black grouper pattern way back in the distance. I try to get the light on him to where I can get a shot. And now once I shot, he was facing to the right. I know he's going to try to swim that way, so I try to get a hold of the line as fast as I can and rip him out before he does anything, before he tries to go to the right and get farther up in this hole. So I grab the line, try to work him out. I'm trying to keep tension on the line. That's like my goal, and I want to do that before I head to the surface. Because once I go to the surface and let go of the gun, he's going to go wherever he wants. So you can see me just tugging. I give him a little slack. I tug, and I give him slack, and I think I end up passing the line off to Justin. But this ends up working out in the end. I'll let you watch and continue to watch all the way through this clip. But I'm holding the line tight right there, keeping it tight. I was thinking about just going up with the reel, but I just let Justin have it, and I let the gun go, and I'm just going to go retrieve it on a second dive.
Just start ripping him.
So now on this extraction dive, there's nothing really for me to, comment on other than just let you guys watch, see the extraction, and I talk about it once I get at the surface and on the boat.
Got him.
But the guys did get some fish. Lenny shot a stud yellowtail, or sorry, yellowjack, and yeah, I ended up diving and thinking I saw the same grouper because I saw just his tail, and I was like, that's got to be him. And I was like, and I don't want to leave a wounded fish, so I shot him and realized it was a different fish, smaller, but still good fish.
So now here goes Derek's dive. We're going to do a countdown and dive with him. Really cool dive. He does get a black on this drop, and he kind of does a run and gun shoot. It's really cool, but you'll see him turn this ledge right here, right over the corner, and there's a black right there. Now he's kind of hoping it holes up. He checks a couple holes here, and then but I'll let this clip play out, and you'll see him shoot this black on a fly, and I'll let you enjoy the rest of this clip.
Grouper. Yeah, I shot a black.
Not the best shot, but
Good first one.
gorgeous fish. All right, you guys, we're done diving for the day. We are filleting one of the grouper, and that's what we are having for dinner. One of the smaller grouper, and it will be plenty to feed us, I hope. If not, we have some brats just in case we're still hungry. But what an amazing day of diving. It was not the normal diving that I'm used to, which is really clear water over in the Bahamas, also with pole spear. So this time we were using guns. A little bit of a learning curve. I'm excited that we had some new divers coming in that have never dove like this before. So that was quite exciting. This is Captain Jack Spearo. Check out his YouTube channel. Help him grow. All right, Justin crushed it for us. Made a nigiri.
Yeah.
Let's zoom in. Let's zoom in on this stuff. Rice balls with Spearo mackerel on top. I'm Oh God, it's already falling apart.
Grab one.
Oh, drop some in there. All right.
That's fine.
What we get out?
How about?
Good. In there. There's also
That seems like a snapper.
Yeah, you know, like. Yeah, give me 1 second.
We got woken up to some gnarly weather.
What was this anyway?
Like 4-foot rollers coming in over the bow. Not.
Nice wake up call.
Yeah, a little nice wake up call. Can't see anything.
Turn the brightness down on these.
Yeah.
Shit. I know you're not doing anything else right now.
You alright?
I'm doing right.
Oh, you got it. I see.
Oh, it's freaking freezing. Huge squall came through.
Woo! Like deadliest catch out here.
Yeah, good call on heading in.
Can't hold it.
And you don't have like a rain jacket with you or anything?
Me? Nah.
Hang on, Justin. Let the boat fall back on it.
I think it's free.
Yeah? Okay. I don't like how I'll go on the side of the house here. But the way the wind is, we should be on it.
What's up?
Nothing, just I don't know why it's coming up on the side. Barely moving up on it at all. Should have fallen right back on it.
Yeah, it's 12.
Okay, good. Be real careful with that line. Don't get it around your leg or anything. Okay. Hey Justin, grab a knife and cut it. Let's get it tomorrow.
This way.
Get a knife up the seat. You want to see?
It's great.
That's great.
Not. Stuck.
Okay, cut it. We'll get it in the morning.
Push hard.
I did.
You're on.
What the hell could that thing be on? And it sucks because it's not, it doesn't have like a zip tie where it should be. It's got one of those shackles. just in time.
Yeah, dude, we got up just in time.
We've been talking for a while.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking.
The way we're anchored, you know,
it's not good.
right under.
Yeah, I agree. Especially if the waves go really nasty, they could really flip us.
I don't. I'm trying to get the nav lights.
I want to worry
Is it
too much
not
about
coming
those.
on?
All right, you guys, it is the next day. It's pretty crazy. We had to cut the anchor and we ended up anchoring closer to some islands and on some flats. So we got out of the waves, got a little bit out of the wind, and we got a little bit of sleep. Now we're gonna go back to the spot we were yesterday. We gotta pick up the anchor that we cut, and we didn't wanna take any chances on that. We just decided to cut the anchor and get to some safer ground because we started taking waves over the bow, and once that happens, it is no good. We're not gonna let that ruin the day. We're gonna get that anchor, we're gonna go do some diving, and I wanna get Lenny a nice black grouper. I'm gonna take the pro camera with me so we get some really cool footage, and we will see you guys out there in the water. Underneath the blue.
All right, you guys, this is an absolute epic dive from the last day. I make a drop through these runners, and then I end up seeing some yellowtail, and then it just opens up, and I see an incredible amount of black grouper. And that's why, you know, whenever it's kind of this murky water, you have no idea what you're gonna drop on. So I kind of always kind of poke my head up, looking upwards in my mast so I can kind of scout out the bottom. And I usually do a little bit of twirling and spinning as I make my way down, and I end up dropping right on this black grouper. And now when I shot him, a couple more groupers shot out. There were some out of frame that darted also that were even bigger. I tried to horse this thing up. Realistically, I should have just pulled it, you know, pulled myself down, but I hadn't seen any sharks, so it was very promising. And it was only in like maybe 55 feet, so I wasn't too crazy on, you know, I'll make a breathe up and I'll make another drop, or Justin will, and we'll get this fish.
Dude. There's like 6 blacks looking at me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Holy
So now in the meantime, when Justin and I are messing with that fish, we have Derek and Lenny off to in a different area, really close, probably within maybe 50 yards. Lenny makes a drop, same thing. He does his style of diving that he does in Bali, where he just descends all the way till he gets to the bottom, and then he will level out. He kind of levels out just a little bit before bottom, but it's still a great dive. He's really smooth, really calm with his camera, with his head movements, just scanning the bottom. I think Derek kind of grunts at him a little bit, and a nice mutton comes in off in the distance, and it's a decently long shot, and he rips it, and I'll let you enjoy this. Absolutely stones that thing. Perfect shot. His first mutton ever. I'm ecstatic for him. That's another one of the top species here in Florida that he checked off his bucket list, and now we have to get him a black grouper. So we bounce back over. You can see me, I'm holding that line tight so the grouper doesn't get it kind of tangled up down there on the bottom. I'm sure it's probably just over a little corner, but Justin's there with me. He's making a drop, and if he doesn't get it on this dive, I'll go swap out, give him the gun, and then I'll make a dive on it. But he makes a drop, go into the bottom, following the line, and you'll kind of see the tangle that this black grouper has made up. And I'm telling you guys, when you're buddy diving, you're way more efficient. If this happened and you were by yourself, it would just be very brutal, because this was only a few seconds between after I shot the fish. You can see the dust hasn't even settled, and he'll kind of see the situation, slowly take his time, grab the grouper, grab grab the spear, make sure it's separate, and then find out what this line is hung up on. Unhook it, and then pull them up to the surface. And thank God there were no sharks around. Made this super clean and easy.
Yeah, man. Dude, this is the bottom, man. It's the Swiss cheese shit.
This is fucking...
We need to be here in the morning.
So now that Justin helped with the extraction, this was a really cool third-person dive. Justin does the same thing that I did, make a drop, kind of descends, heads up, looks at the grouper on the bottom, lands a really good top-down headshot in this fish, yanks him up. Luckily, that thing didn't really go into a crack or a ledge. I'm shocked that he didn't stone that thing. That was a perfect top-down shot. Was able to maneuver the fish exactly how he wanted him and brought him up to the surface. And now this next dive is Lenny's final dive, and he goes after a black grouper. So I'll let this clip roll out and enjoy.
We went down, there was two of them, one a bit bigger, but further away. But still the biggest one I've ever got, and the only one. Super pumped.
That grouper, baby.
Thanks for putting me on it, guys.
Yeah, that's good eating size.
Nice fish, man.
You got seaweed on your cheek.
Oh, do I?
Yeah. You became one with nature.
But yeah, super pumped.
Awesome.
That's gonna be great fish to eat tonight. Nicely.
Just slide them forward a little bit. No, we'll all grab them and lift them up. That'll take the boat. Watch it go, tail.
All right, guys.
There we go, baby.
The morning after. Woo! Beautiful job.
Got it done.
All right, you guys, mission success. That was quite the endeavor trying to get Lenny a black, but you know, having the ability to dive really helped him out a lot. And just the identifying fish, I think he did an awesome job. What do you think of Florida, dude?
It's horrible. Never coming back.
Yeah, we got on some really good fish. That box was loaded with all quality, top choice fish. Lenny's gonna enjoy it. Van Hooks took us out. And man, what a sick adventure. If you guys could do me a favor, check out their channels. I will link them at the end of this video and in the description. If you guys enjoyed this one, check out one of my other videos. I will link them up in the corner. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor, subscribe so you can see adventures like this one every week. And if you enjoyed this one, give it the thumbs up. And like always, I'll see you guys next week for another adventure. Later.